Gold prices have extended gains to reach a new all-time high on Wednesday, driven by optimism that the US Federal Reserve will lower rates as soon as September. Spot gold prices rose 0.5% to hit more than $2,480 per ounce, while gold futures climbed to $2,478 an ounce. Fed Chair Jerome Powell noted on Monday that June's lower-than-expected inflation boosted confidence in meeting the inflation target and added that the central bank will not wait for inflation to hit 2% before starting rate cuts. The monthly inflation rate dipped in June, the first time in more than 4 years, putting the 12-month rate at 3%. Let's get more on this now with Naeem Assam in Cairo. He's Chief Investment Officer at Zay Capital Markets. Great to have you with us, Naeem. Now, gold prices have been at record highs in recent months. What's been driving this momentum?
Thank you for having me. Look, I think you have hit the nail on the head by mentioning one important thing, which is about the expectations about the monetary policy, the future momentum that we could potentially see in terms of the dollar index as well. Because remember, the dollar has a very strong correlation or connection with the prices of gold. So now the fact that the Federal Reserve is feeling a lot more comfortable, a lot more confident, in relation to where inflation should be going, over the current direction of inflation. So it is pretty much given that the trajectory for gold prices will continue to move to the upside. However, there are certain important things that I want investors to pay very close attention to. In the markets, what we call is buy the rumor, sell the news kind of element. And I think that is the phase that we are currently in the market, because we do not have exact clearance, like when the Federal Reserve is going to cut the interest rate and by how much they're going to cut the interest rate. So everything is being inflated, but just because of the expectation, yes, the Federal Reserve is going to cut the interest rate. But when the actual event will happen, there are likely chances that we will actually see retracement in prices. History tells us that that has happened back in the past as well. But for now, the trajectory remains to the upside. The second most important thing is, of course, how NATO and its allies are very much positioned on this in terms of their stance towards Russia and allies as well. So those geopolitical angles, uncertainties, are also very much baking into what has happened, not to mention the recent shooting that could happen on over the weekend because of Donald Trump's event that injured him, or the bullet kind of grazed his ear. So now investors are questioning about democracy in the biggest economy of the world, and if it can really stand, or whether we will see these events unfolding even more. So I think all of these particular things have really brought investors to the edge.
All right, Naeem Assam, we'll have to leave it there. Great to have your analysis.